Hey guys, welcome back to some more Lord of Heroes. Now the global launch is just around the corner. So over the next few days, it's launching on the 7th of September. So over the next few days, I am going to try and get a bunch of beginner style videos out so you guys can get your head pointed in the right direction before the game does launch globally. Now they are talking about how they're going to merge global and Korea. However, global is going to be on a separate PvP server. So you really want to start after global to get on that fresh competition PvP section of the server. I don't know, they're being really weird about it. But in this one, we're going to go through one of the first things you see when you get into the game, and that is the game's going to toss you up 3 different heroes to choose between. You get to sign a contract with one of them, where it's daily logins, and after 15 days of logging in, you will get that hero. Like I said, there's the 3 options. I'm going to go through all 3 of them, their skills, where they're good, where they're not, and which one I'm going to be choosing, and then I recommend you guys choose for your progression. So let's get into it. Okay, so basically we have Lorry, Lucillica, I suck at names, and Krom. Now, for the quick short, if you guys can't be bothered hanging around for the explanations, Krom is who I'm going to recommend you go for. He's going to be who I go for. He's just going to be better all round and good for PvP as well. And with this game, because you are summoning gear and it's harder to get heroes, you want to choose ones that are going to work in more places, and then in the end, if you're like me and PvP is like the end goal, you want to choose whichever one's going to be best there eventually. It's not like some of the games where you go hard and build a whole PvE team and then try and, you know, build PvP after. You sort of got to combine everything as you go because you are limited on resources and how many heroes you can actually get. So Krom is number 1 for me. Like I said, I'll go through why after this. The Lorry, she can kind of be an AoE farming type unit, but there's other ones you get throughout the time, so not really worth it, especially by the time you're through 15 days. You want someone that's going to be used in more places, like I said before. And then Lucillica, sort of like maybe a boss type hero, single target damage dealer, but not amazing in my opinion. But just quick disclaimer, I'm not like completely advanced in this game. This is through talking to other people on Discord and stuff like that, and just in general reading abilities and understanding how they work. So let's go through Krom because he's the guy I'll be picking and talk about his abilities. So for basic attack, attacks this select enemy, damage increased according to the user's speed. Extra little multiplier on speed, which is nice for the basic attack. Then we have this one, a 4-turn cooldown. It fills all allies action gauge by 40%. It grants them a health regeneration buff that lasts for 1 turn. Now, this is nice. Action gauge increasing on heroes is always nice in these types of games. First turn is vital. There's a hero in the game that is better than that, but we still don't know how he's going to be obtained in global, so we'll have to wait and see. But this guy in general, really good ability to have, and like I said, if you build him really quick, you can get that turn gauge increase for your teammates, and you're going to move first. So that's the idea there. And then the ultimate is going to attack all enemies, damage increase according to the user's speed. So you are going to be building him quick to try and get this ability off first and get turn advantage over your enemy. But the good thing about that is you're not losing damage by building him for speed, because he has a speed multiplier on his first and ultimate, and those are just going to really benefit his damage basically and his speed. Then we have this, increases speed as a passive, which is what you want because you want him to be fast. And then this one here blocks 5% of damage from enemies of a fire element. So gets extra mitigation against fire, but the speed there along with this ability is what really you want him for, even if he didn't have a speed multiplier on these 2. But because he does have a speed multiplier on those 2, it just means you can build him fast without having any worries of him losing too much damage. Not going to be the best nuker in the game, best damage dealer, but he's still going to benefit your team. So that is why I'm going with Krom when I go with it. The next one we're going to look at is a Lorry. Whoops, I clicked too far. There we go. And now, like I said, she's going to be a bit of an AoE damage dealer. Her basic attack only does 1 enemy. It has a chance to reduce their defense, which defense break is nice. And then we've got this one, attacks all enemies, 60% chance to reduce their resistance for 1 turn, and then attack all enemies, and then you can reduce their turn gauge. But Like I said, you're not getting if these effects were a bit better, like just a resistance reduction isn't the greatest thing ever. So you're really just in there to have the double AoEs, and that's pretty much what she does have. We've got this one which increases her attack power, and this one which increases the damage against enemies of Earth element by 5%. So pretty much, like I said, she's there as a pseudo like farm unit, but nothing that's really going to be valuable to your team in PvP or moving forward too many places that I can see in the game so far. So that's her. And then we'll go to Lucillica. I think that's how you say it. Man, I suck bad at names, but this design is wicked. I wish she was the good one because I really do like the design with the guns and the jacket. Ari looks cool. Looks cool. Anyway, basic attack. Attacks the select enemy, heals the user proportionate to the damage dealt. Then you got this one, attacks the select enemy, damage increase according to their current health. So you've got health-based damage there. And then we've got attacks the select enemy, generates a shield for the user that's based on their maximum health that lasts for 2 turns. Then we've got the attack power increase passive, and then we've also got increased damage against enemies of a fire element by 5%. But this kit, it's sort of like, you know, so you want to be, if you're using this, you want to have some decent health so that you're gaining a decent shield. But then you also want to be dealing damage with these two. You want to be dealing damage to heal. You want to be dealing damage for the sake of dealing damage. So the kit on Lucillica just doesn't seem as complete for me as the other two. And that's why I am definitely going to be going for Krom. Because even though this is a decent AoE farmer, you got to keep in mind it's going to be 15 days before you get it, and after 15 days I'm going to say you're probably going to be start thinking about PvP a little bit and trying to go up in the arena. So this guy's really going to help you there early on. So the other thing I wanted to mention is that we do have the contract. So as you can see, it says down the bottom here, I have this contract that was broken with him. If you do miss a day, you can click on this renew contract and you can spend crystals to renew your contract. Once renewed, the contract will pick up from day 2. So I just did this to like have an example of it. So if I was like 14 days in and it was a 15-day contract and I'm like, damn, I missed login for a day, you know, it was the weekend, I was living a life, you can actually come back here and you can click on this and you can renew that contract. It is going to cost you 100 crystals, but it's pretty cheap. And if you're like 10 days in, 100 crystals is nothing compared to waiting another 10 days for that. so that is something that you can go ahead and do there. And I can just click yes here, and then it'll go through the text. Obviously we are still in the Korean version when we're looking at this, and then as you can see, we take off where we left off. The day 1's already complete, day 2's complete, and we're waiting for day 3 to come up. And I didn't realize this the first time I did this contract. I got to like day 11, I was like, what, I missed it. So I started a fresh contract, but never fear, you can always pick up where you left off. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Like I said, the basics, Chrom for me in every aspect, and the other two, you know, I guess if you like the design of them and you play for appearances, up to you. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.